Okay, we have another one we're going to do synthetic division. For this particular one, it's not written in the proper form because whenever you do a setup for synthetic division, you want to make sure that this part right here is written from highest to lowest powers. We also want to make sure we have all the powers available to us. So let's rewrite this one first. X to the fourth, that's the highest power. I'm going to start with that one. Next I have the cube term, and then I have the square term. But we have a problem. We notice that we don't have a single x term that's there. If you don't have one, it's very important to do this step. With synthetic, what you want to do is you want to put in a zero placekeeper in there. Whenever you do synthetic, all the powers have to be accounted for. We have to have all the powers going down 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So if there's a term missing, you always need to put that 0 in there. And you'll see a 0 down here when we set it up with our coefficients. You actually will have a 0 in there. Now if you don't have that 0, that means you're going to be subtracting the wrong things. You're not going to get the correct answer. So it's very important to make sure that this is written in the proper form. All the powers are descending and you have placekeepers where necessary. So now we have this, and so this one is going to be divided by x minus 3. So when you do the setup for synthetic, what you do again is you take the opposite sign of that number. Negative 3, you make it positive 3, you put that inside of a box. We already have this written with descending power, so we're going to put those coefficients after it. Okay, 1, negative 2, 3. The 0 that we had before, 0 is in there, and then minus 4. So you can tell why that 0 is going to be important, because if we didn't have the 0 here, we'd have a negative 4 and we wouldn't get the correct thing because we're actually adding the wrong numbers together. So that's why the 0 is important to have there. Okay, so again, the first thing you do is the first number, you're always going to automatically drop it down, and then you're going to multiply these together. 1 times 3 is 3, you write that in the next column. You're always doing addition when you have synthetic division. Adding that together, you get a 1 there. 1 times 3, 3. That goes underneath the next one. Add that together, 6. Then you're going to do 6 times 3 is 18. Write that underneath the 0. Add that together, you get 18. And then we're going to multiply these together. You have 18 times 3, that's 54. 54 minus 4 is 50. So again, automatically, whatever you see here, this automatically is going to be your remainder. So we got that. The other ones, we have to write this as a, write this all out for our quotient. So first, the coefficient is going to be a 1, but then the power of x that goes there is going to have to be 1 less than the highest power we have here. It's always 1 less because essentially you're dividing by an x. If you have a 4th power divided by an x, that brings it always down by 1. So it means that you'll have a 3rd power here. Now the 1, we don't need to write that. We're just going to write x cubed. The next one isn't, all the other ones coming after that will be descending powers. So and then there's a 1x or just x squared there. I don't need to put the 1 there for that one. And then plus 6x plus 18. This right here is going to be your quotient for that one. So this is your quotient. Okay, so we got our quotient, we have our remainder. And if they want you to write the whole result out, then what you do is you do x cubed plus x squared plus 6x plus 18. We're going to put plus and then your remainder, 50. We'll write that over whatever that we're dividing by originally. So I have 50 over x minus 3. This whole thing here would be your final answer if they want you to write the whole thing out. Otherwise, we have a remainder and a quotient separately are going to be these two.